Assalamualikum OyaRahmatullahe OyaBarakatuhu. Welcome to my virtual classroom, MKA Classroom. Now let's start today's video tutorial. Fast and Loose company has outstanding an 8% 4-year 1000 par value bond, one whose interest is paid annually. So here I said 8% coupon rate, 4-year to maturity, 1000 par value bond, and which is paid interest annually. That means 8% coupon rate is paid annually. If the market required rate of return is 15%, what is the market value of the bond? Very simple. What would be its market value? What would be its market value if the market required return drop to 12% to 8%? If the coupon rate were 15% instead of 8%, what would be the market value under part A? If the required rate of return dropped to 8%, what would be happen to the market price of the bond? Now we have to try to make solution of this problem. We simply use the bond valuation formula to find its value. I means the annual payment of coupon, PVIF I N plus MV maturity value, PVIF I N. So that is a tabular method. So here our 8% coupon means 8% coupon, that means yearly 8% into 1080 taka, its payment. Then PVIF 15%. Our required rate of return is 15%. Then 4 years to maturity. Here our 4 years to maturity plus MV maturity value 1000. Here it is said par value. Then PVIF present value interest factor 15%, 4 year. So if we find the value, this value from our table, here is the table, present value annuity factor, here is the value. If we find this value, and is the lump sum amount, the present value, this is the value. Then if we put this value to our model, then we can find 800 taka. 800 taka its value. The answer A. And answer B, in the same way you will change your record rate of return 12% to 8%, then there would be the value. Then you can change here 12%, then 8%, then you can calculate that value easily. Then you can calculate where 15%, then you will put down 12%, and 8%, then you can easily calculate that value. Then here I said if the coupon rate were 15% instead of 8%, that is here should be 15% coupon rate, that means 150 taka per year. what would be the market value. So you can easily calculate that value. If you put that our model, then you can calculate very easily. Here you will put down 150 instead of 80. Then what would be the market value if the required rate of return drop to 8%? Here our required return is 15%, then that is dropped to 8%. What would be happen to the market price of the bond? Then you can if you calculate it in your at home, then it is you can solve easily. Another examples where we can see James Console Company currently pays a dividend of 1.60 per share on its common stock. The company expects to increase the dividend at 20% annual rate for the first 4 years and 13% rate for the next 4 years, then grow at 7% thereafter. This phased growth pattern is in keeping with the expected life cycle of earnings. You are required a 16% return to investment in this stock. What value should you place one share of this stock? So here you will see company dividend 20% annual, expect to increase, that means growth rate 20% for the first 4 years, after 13% for the next 4 years, after that 7% thereafter, that means constant growth rate. So it is the multi valuation model. So here is the first phase, second phase and third phase. So it has the 3 phases of calculation. So now we will see how we can calculate these problems. Here you will see first phase and second phase, these are 8 years. First phase is for 1 to 4 year, and second phase also the 4 year, 5 to 8 years. So first phase our dividend, that is D naught, is 1.6 so that should be increased by 20% each year, 20%. So you will use easily the growth formula, D naught, D1 equal to D naught into 1 plus G. G means growth rate. Growth rate is 20%. That is 1.20 power 1. So you in this way you can calculate first 4 years dividend, that is 3.32. And this second phase 3.32 should be treated as a D naught. Then you can calculate this value of the dividend, D1 equal to D naught 1 plus G power 1. So that is the D naught. Here again treated as a D naught for the year 5 because it is the second phase. Now at the end of year 8 our dividend is 5.41. This 5.41 should be treated as third phase as a D naught. In the third phase it should be treated as D naught. This should be treated as D naught, that is D naught, that is this should be treated. Now the present value of this dividend value should be, if we put down this value PVIF from our present value table, then 16%, that is our required rate of return, should have the 16%. Then we can easily find this value 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 6 and 8 years value. And if we multiply this is the present value of our dividend, and then this is the summation. So we know this formula from our previous lectures, summation dt divided by 1 plus z power t. So that's the our formula. So if we write down in the mathematically, well, no problem. Or you can I will see you. So you can see d1 divided by 1 plus k power 1 plus d2 1 plus k power 2, and it is a continue, and lastly you will see d8 divided by 1 plus k power 8. So in this way you can do it your own calculator form, no problem. You can do this in this way. After that, third phase, present value of the constant growth. So there has the constant options. So at the end of year 9, so our dividend should be it is treated as actually d1 equal to d0 1 plus g, 1 plus g. So d0 should be treated as 5.41 plus 1 plus z. Here our constant growth rate is 7%, that should be 5.79 is our dividends value. Now the value of the stock at the end of 8, so our formula d1 divided by ke minus g, or d0 into 1 plus g divided by ke minus z is our formula. So if we put down the value, our required rate of return is 16%, constant growth rate is 7, our d1 is 5.79, then our value is 64.33. So it is clear that the present value of this stock is present value of 64.33 at the end of year 4. So that is 19.62. that is very clear. We put down this value by the tabular format, PVI of 16% 8, or you can write down in this way. So you can write down in this way, PV of the stock value, V divided by 1 plus k power n. Our value is 64.33 divided by 1 plus our required rate of return is 16%, 0.16 power 8. So our value should be 19.62. So then the present value of the stock 13.85. here is the dividends present value 13.85, and here is the stock's present value 19.62, that is the 33.47 is our answer. Again we will see another examples. A $100 or 100 taka face value bond has a current market price of 935 and 8% coupon rate, and 10 years remaining until maturity. Interest payments are made semi-annually. Before you do any calculations, decide whether the yield to maturity is above or below the coupon rate, and why. What is the implied market determined semi-annual discount rate, semi-annual yield to maturity on this bond? Using your answer to part A, What is bonds nominal annual yield to maturity, effective annual yield to maturity? So here we see face value 1000, current market price 935, 8% coupon rate, 10 years remaining to maturity. Before you do any calculation, decide whether the yield to maturity is above or below the coupon rate and why. So you can easily provide the answer that it is currently sell below its par value. That means market has more than the coupon rate. So it is very easy to say. That means is okay. Now we will see the calculations. What will happen to our bonds yield to maturity? Here we say that the yield to maturity is higher than the coupon rate. Higher yield to maturity is higher than the coupon rate of 8% because the bond sells at a discount of its face value. We have said it because that the yield to maturity is also above its coupon rate because it sells at a discount rate or discount from its face value. The nominal yield to maturity as the reported in bonds circle is equal to 2 into semi-annual YTM. That means yearly. Semi-annual YTM into 2, that is the annual rate. The effective YTM is equal to 1 plus semi-annual YTM whole square minus 1. So it is the effective rate of interest. You have learned it from your principles of finance or financial management. That's the formula. 1 plus semi-annual YTM power 2 minus 1. Now we will see the YTM. What would be our YTM? So this is our YTM formula for semi-annual compounding. So our bond is for semi-annual provided coupon interest or coupon payment. That's why 1 divided by 2 plus MB minus C, that means current price of the bond, and into 2 MB plus C plus divided by 2. So that is the formula for our YTM, yield to maturity. Then if we put down our value 8% coupon, that means 80 taka divided by 2 plus 1000 maturity value, and current market price of this bond is 935. 10 years to maturity, 10 into 2, then 1000 plus 935 divided by 2. Then if we have this value, and lastly we have got our YTM is 4.47%. 4.47% is our YTM. So here we will say the semi-annual discount rate or semi-annual yield to maturity, same things. Semi-annual discount rate or semi-annual yield to maturity, we have found 4.47. Then using what is this nominal annual, so semi-annual yield to maturity into 2, then very easy to calculate, and effective rate to maturity. So effective interest rate formula is 1 plus semi-annual YTM or semi-annual interest divided by power 2 minus 1. So here as the things we will now calculate in this way. So our nominal discount rate is 4.47 into 2, that is the semi-annual rate into 2, that is effective nominal annual rate 8.94%. Then effective annual rate, so 1 plus semi-annual YTM power 2 minus 1. Then if we put down our value 1 plus 0.0447 power 2 minus 1, that is 19.14% each our effective annual rate. So all we have in our problem. This all about today. Stay home, stay safe. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuhu.